Hello and welcome to the Fast Track Travel Clinic with me, Simon Calder. And let's start with aviation, a business that doesn't always operate logically, as Rupert Arms from Jeddah in Saudi Arabia discovered after he booked a British Airways flight home from Glasgow via London.
Shortly afterwards, I fixed a meeting in London at the date of departure to Jeddah, so I phoned BA to say I would start the journey at Heathrow. I was told BA would charge me $80 not to fly. I asked what would happen if I turned up at Heathrow having not taken the Glasgow flight. They said the onward reservation to Jeddah would be cancelled.
Rupert, it's just 2 words: tariff abuse. BA and many other network carriers often sell connecting flights more cheaply than non-stops. And even though Glasgow to Jeddah is always more expensive than the fare from London, BA tells me it applies the rules regardless of fare differences. Joy Thrower from the English county of Derbyshire faces another expensive change of plan. She'd booked a year ahead a trip to Turkey this summer along with her granddaughter.
In the meantime, she became pregnant, with the happy event due very soon. Since my granddaughter was clearly unable to travel, we wanted to transfer the ticket to her sister, but the airline said it would cost the equivalent of $300. Is this reasonable, and do we have any options?
Joy, I'm afraid this is standard practice among most airlines for a name change. Indeed, I've heard of many more expensive examples simply to correct a mistake on the passenger's name. The airlines insist they do this to prevent so-called warehousing. In the past, some unscrupulous travel agents would buy a bunch of tickets well ahead and sell them at a premium close to departure, then change the names. Clearly, your case is completely different, but if you've talked to the airline and they've refused to be flexible, just search for a cheaper flight with another airline. As a result of the conflict in North Africa this year, many carriers have switched capacity from Tunisia and Egypt to Turkey, which means you may find a bargain. Next, a reminder that if a bargain sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Melita writes from Manila to say,
"A friend of mine who's too upset to contact Fast Track herself got a call from a travel agency saying she'd won a vacation in the US and that to claim it she would need to pay a booking fee of $400. She has now also been told she has to buy flights to America, which she simply can't afford. What can she do?"
Melita, several companies specialise in the unpleasant business of high-pressure cold calling, in which they promise a free vacation, which then turns out to be very expensive. Because this is a cross-border scam, I fear there's not a hope of retrieving any of the money she's lost. Indeed, your friend should watch out for rogues following rogues who promise to reclaim the money on her behalf, but only if she pays them a fee. So, if someone calls to say you've won a competition that you didn't even enter, politely suggest they give the prize to someone else. Finally, Fast Track viewer Tony Kendrick is lucky enough to be going on a real vacation to the Caribbean island of Grenada. He has a simple question.
I'm not sure whether to take East Caribbean dollars or US dollars.
Tony, congratulations on your choice of destinations. Grenada is one of the loveliest islands in the former British West Indies. As you say, the local currency, shared with Antigua, St. Lucia and other islands, is the East Caribbean dollar. The reality, though, is that the US dollar prevails, as in so much of the Caribbean. Now, the EC dollar is locked to the greenback at a rate of 270 to $1 American dollar, and most enterprises accept US currency and respect the official rate. Well, that's all we've got time for in this session of the Fast Track Travel Clinic. From me, Simon Calder, goodbye.